I'm the big LG Doc Gallows, and you're watching the Wrestling Junkies. Boom.
What's going on, everybody? Well, oh, you did it too. God, who's it? Okay, who's going the button today?
It's Tuesday. It's my turn.
Okay, so we're doing it by days now.
You did it yesterday. I'll do it today. Why don't you,
okay,
how about
fine.
Why don't you go back, re-enter the room, and say hello to me like a proper human being?
I'm sorry. Can you start that fucking sentence over again, please? The fuck you say?
Junkies podcast,
in front of my salad,
everyone. What about your salad?
No. Oh, okay. You don't get that right. Okay, never mind.
No, we ain't doing all that. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us live and in color. I knew this was going to be a frosty episode when I texted Mr. Cincinnati, and he said word bird. So I knew we were in for something.
I wouldn't say frosty.
I didn't say frosty. I was just saying fun.
You said frosty.
Yeah, I like frosties. You don't like frosties?
I love frosties. They're especially good with French fries, but frosty implies that there's going to be some friction. I didn't think that there was. I thought you looked great, looking like a stack of pancakes over there.
I think the don't do that. I think the I think the fries and frosties is such an overrated. It's overrated. It's an overrated trope, man. It's an overrated trope that they do.
I'm going to take my contacts out and put them back in. I don't think I heard you right.
That didn't make any sense. Get to the plugs. Follow us on X, TikTok, and Buzzer. Please like us on Facebook. Like us on Instagram. Like us, follow us, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Do that on Instagram as well at Junkies Pod, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. There is only one way that we can grow this, and that is with you guys and gals out there. Please help us continue to grow this thing. Mr. Cincinnati, what is behind you and what can people do?
This is a nice big round table here. There's plenty of room at it. All you have to do is pull up a seat, and you can do that by hitting that subscribe button. Turn on that bell so you can get those notifications of what we're doing over here. Because I mean, we're having a blast over here. We get to do we're fortunate to do some really, really cool stuff by way of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. And we do this because we, again, want to grow this community. We're having a blast here. We want you to be a part of it. There's nothing that he and I love more than talking wrestling. So yeah, we want to do that with you guys. So tell your friends, subscribe.
Please also follow Turnbuckle as we are part of this network. Please follow official Turnbuckle as TRNBCKL. I had trouble reading that. I hope they realize now that I am not the best in a group chat. So sorry, folks, but I will throw the occasional Shawn Michaels gif in there when I see fit. Also, please, tomorrow night we will be on Body Slam, so give them a follow as well, so you can see us live and in color Wednesday nights on Body Slam. And last but not least, The Scrap at The Scrap News. Please follow them. Sometimes the guy right there, he writes articles for them, and they're pretty good. I'm going to give him his flowers now so he can show. I know how hard that was for you. But no, go check those guys out. Doing a lot of fun stuff over there. Again, I think Eric said it yesterday. If you like just good wrestling articles and you just want to, read an article about wrestling, you got a good group of people doing that over there. So give them a follow as well. How'd I do?
Yeah. No, you did great, bud. 10 out of 10. Before we get into, and we got a lot to cover tonight, even though we did watch that second hour of Raw, live yesterday, and there's a few more things to cover. What's up, Fernando? Thank you again for joining us, my friend. It's always great to see you in the chats. Podcast Dad, Wrestle Words is a bit of a hit here. We've gotten another submission that I would like to read today, but if you guys did not see this yesterday, we have dropped a new word game. If you're a fan of Mad Libs, you're going to love this. Essentially, you're going to fill in the blanks. We got a couple of prompts for you, and with it being the 4th of July, I thought that, this would be the perfect time to plan the ultimate 4th of July party with Wrestle Words. So we've got the Grill Master, who's your DJ, who accidentally sets off the fireworks early, who eats all of the food before everyone arrives, who gives the Independence Day speech, and who is the one most likely to get the cops called on the party. Our friends at the Oba Three-Way podcast submitted one today by Twitter. This one, I got to say, this was pretty damn good here. He has Bishop Dyer as his Grill Master, which, again, deservedly so. If you've not seen Tom Pestlock's TikTok accounts and what he cooks, dude is fucking unreal when it comes to the grill. DJ Mark Henry, another perfect selection here, dude. But I mean, he's been doing the wrestling nightclub pop-ups. He's been DJing. It's like he can do that. Fireworks, Cody Rhodes, because duh. How many promo breaks does he get, or pyro breaks?
Yeah, well, yeah, too many.
Yeah. Who's going to eat all the food before before everybody arrives? Braun Strowman is. If you've seen anything he does on USA. MJF is giving the Independence Day speech.
Interesting pick with MJF.
I know. I appreciate the creativity here. Who would get the cops called on the party would be Dominic Mysterio. And if Braun is too obvious, let's swap that for a more niche pick and Bastion Booger and Podcast Dad. I think that's the first time that name has ever been said on the show.
That's a pull. That is a pull. Yeah. Look, MJF is wonderful. Again, I'm going to toot my own horn. I don't know if you're going to beat SJT Slaughter. I got him again. That's second day in a row. Look at that.
You have to stop. Like, it's just not. Leave her alone. Okay.
No. A lot of fun, guys. If you haven't participated, please go in and submit. Like, we'll read them on air. It's a lot of fun. It's and that's what wrestling is, right? A lot of fun. But now, Fernando's got something to get off his chest. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. And I understand it, Fernando. I do. This is divided the keep it up for a second if you wouldn't mind. Yeah. It has divided the internet for sure. And I know that you and I probably disagree about this. Maybe. Is it surprising? Yes, but I think that there's a couple of things that should be looked at when it comes to King of the Ring. Let's look at this in a vacuum here. And this is the first point I made yesterday is let's remember where Night of Champions was this weekend. Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is not the first time that WWE has used King and Queen of the Ring over there. The Greatest Royal Rumble, the World Cup that they did that one year. They want to bring events that feel prestigious over there. So when you are presenting a show in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, it's kind of fitting that King and Queen of the Ring is the event that they decide to run there. It's easy booking to get you to that show that they have to do in Saudi Arabia. I would also like to point out that in the history of the King of the Ring, I'm only taking King of the Ring because, again, that one's been around longer. Going to SummerSlam for a world title shot, that was never a guaranteed prize for every single winner. So WWE already has a history of using this tournament for the sake of just having a pay-per-view every year, but it doesn't always lead to a world title opportunity. We have seen Kurt Angle go on to win, or at least go on to compete at SummerSlam for a world title, but that was because of the larger story with Triple H and The Rock. We've seen Brock Lesnar go on to SummerSlam to challenge The Rock as well. We've seen it with Gunther. I understand that. I do think this is different from the Royal Rumble, where if you win the Rumble, don't give up your title shot at WrestleMania. Didn't like when they were teasing that story with Cody. I am less angry, and I feel like this is less stupid for them to do in this particular circumstance, because the King of the Ring, it has never been a guarantee every single year that the winner goes on to get a world title shot.
Oh. Did you lose me? I don't know what happened to my camera.
No, I can hear you. I just can't see you.
I don't know what happened to the camera. However, I was a little freaked out about it yesterday, right? I'm not going to lie to you. I was. But looking back at it, I don't think I'm mad that it's not Oba Femi challenging for the title. I think I'm more upset that it's – why advertise it that way then? You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying as far as they don't always do that, and sometimes you just get the King of the Ring just to get the King of the Ring, and that's fine. You know, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But for me, man, like, don't advertise it then, because then you got Queen of the Ring doing what she's doing at SummerSlam. So why are we doing it differently? I don't know. I just don't like that. Go ahead.
That one's at least following the. If only one out of the two is going to follow that, winner's going to go on to claim their title shot. Like, at least EO has done that. I think there's still the larger story in Brock Lesnar, and I think that this says a lot more about what they think about Oba Femi and the hoss that he is, because he is so much like, yeah, I can go take a world title any fucking time that I want to. Brock Lesnar is not going to be around here forever. I'm going to go fuck his shit up, and I'm going to come back for my title. So whoever's got it now is just keeping it warm for me. I think that is very different compared to Liv Morgan, your current women's world champion, entering the tournament because she is saying, oh, well, there's no one that's on my level, when the story is they really don't have any ideas or any plan for her creatively. And then Liv just demanding the rematch of the final there. I am more annoyed about that than I am about Oba saying, fuck the title. If Brock's going to come out here and kick me in the balls, then I'm going to go deal with that shit first.
Look, and again, logically, this makes sense, right? I'm not saying it's not, right? But again, you're using the King of the Ring tournament to get somebody over. If you're not going to give Oba Femi that title shot, he's already over and he can go get the world title shot when he needs it. Why not use the King of the Ring platform to get somebody else over that you don't have over currently? Like, why can't a Trick Williams win this? Why couldn't Seth Rollins win this if that was just what we were going to do anyway? Like, if that was the plan, then just have Seth Rollins do it, because again, you are sitting there advertising the winner of King of the Ring, and they make it such a big deal now, gets a shot at SummerSlam.
Sure.
Okay,
I
that's
understand
all well
that.
and good, but then they'll pull the rug out under me the next night. Like, I understand where Oba Femi's coming from. I'm not mad at his booking currently. Hell in a Cell with Brock Lesnar is going to be amazing, but you could have got there without him winning the King of the Ring. Have somebody else win the King of the Ring.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, and I can understand that if we're sitting around a booking table and having that conversation, but from a canon standpoint, a storyline standpoint, if it's like, yeah, the ruler has arrived and I know how good I am, but Brock Lesnar wants to interrupt my moment, this coronation of me as the next guy here, because everybody already believes that, and he decides he wants to kick me in the balls and give me an F5 during my coronation, I'm probably going to be thinking to myself, that title shot can wait, especially with how good I know that I am, because I've beaten Brock Lesnar this year, and I have run through the majority of the roster in my short time on Raw already. I'm going to go handle this business first before I come after that. Don't you worry. And the thing is, this would not have worked with anybody else. There's not this. I know that I know that you don't want this to have been the case and say that this could have been, an opportunity for somebody, but there's nobody else on the roster that you can tell this story with. This dude is so bad that he is going to because he knows that he can go take a title whenever he wants. That it's okay. I would rather go after this bigger challenge of Brock Lesnar right now, because this is my title shot. I can take it when I want to, and who's going to tell me that I can't?
Yeah, I don't know. If this was the plan the whole time, like, just don't put him in it then.
Sure.
I don't know. I feel like you just use this platform to get another one of those younger talents over. Like, I don't know.
I know you mentioned Trick, but do you want to see Trick and Sammy again at SummerSlam for the world title?
I don't even know if Sammy's going to have the title at SummerSlam.
Well, I mean, as we sit here right now, because Roman's dance card is full as we sit here. And I mean, yeah, there's some things that have gone down in the, there he is, that we reported in the Turnbuckle Gold Patreon. So check that out regarding a spoiler for a championship match next week. As we sit here right now, Sami Zayn is the champion who's going to be waiting for somebody at SummerSlam. That's just what it is.
Yeah. And we can talk about it after Friday. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I don't know if Sammy's going to be the champion heading into Mania, so I don't know.
That's fair.
I don't know.
That's fair.
Realistically, would I want to see it? No, but it seems like they just kind of did a cop-out booking, in my opinion, having him win King of the Ring. Like, you could have done it with somebody else. You could have. And we still could have got to the point that where we are. Again, I'm not mad that Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar are facing Hell in a Cell. It's going to be a great match. Oba's going to get way over.
Yep.
They didn't want to take I don't know if the plan was to do Cody Oba, but they clearly don't want to have Cody lose to Oba. They clearly don't want to have Roman lose to Oba quite yet.
I wouldn't want any of those either, yeah.
So if that's the plan,
Cody, I think, is a little bit more.
But if that's the plan, do something different for King of the Ring. That's it. That's all. I think that's my gripe. I'm not mad at the way the booking is, but if this was just how we're going to get her anyway, have Seth win it. Like, what would be the harm of having Seth win it? Instead of just going out, hey, let's do this again because we're getting old.
I like that story better than putting another accolade on Seth Rollins. And I also didn't want him to win Money in the Bank last year. I think that he is at a point in his career where there are certain guys that I don't want to see in these types of tournaments, or at least winning these sorts of things, as far as a Money in the Bank briefcase, King of the Ring, Royal Rumble. Just when you, this is just me personally. I think that when you reach a certain point in your career, yes, it should be used to highlight a talent. They have, I mean, again, and I know we're just kind of talking in circles about this. This still benefits Oba Femi. This still just adds to the aura that he has. And I think that it says even more that it's like, I know that I'm guaranteed an opportunity at riches and glory, getting my first world title and the rocket already in my back. I know that I am so fucking good at what I do that I can go and do that anytime I want. Brock Lesnar is not an anytime I want sort of thing. That we're at the rubber match now. So I want to be able to snatch that fucker's soul, and I'll go snatch that title after it, and it's still going to be a great 2026 for me. Seth Rollins, I like the fact that it's simply, hey, we are the old guard here. This is acknowledging, look at the talent around us. We have been those sharks circling this ring before. Now we are the prey. So before we can no longer do this anymore, what do you say one more time? Because you need to beat me. Got to Roman's ego, and it doesn't take much to do. Seth Rollins didn't need King of the Ring in order to get there, because that requires winning an entire tournament. All he had to do is come out and cut a promo and say that I'm still in your head. You know that you want to beat me, and you don't have a whole lot of time left to do it because everybody wants us out of here. That's a better story for me.
Okay, agree to disagree.
Sure.
I don't want to sit here and go in circles again, but
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, Roman and Seth, I think this would probably be the final chapter, I would assume. You know, he said it in his promo last night. We're closer towards the end than we are the beginning. You know, Roman leaving the ring saying, you know, this is it. The Shield is dead after this kind of thing. Like, okay, like that. This feels like a good, proper SummerSlam main event with a couple weeks. How many weeks? 6?
About a month.
Okay, so like plenty of time to build this and hopefully WWE has learned from Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton to go into the history of the opponents because it tells the damn story. You don't need a celebrity. So
I would also, I think another honorable mention as far as ending a great story that has happened at SummerSlam because we were in the building for it, that build to Cody and Brock for the final time. They know how to do that very well at the SummerSlam. This can have that same magnum opus kind of feel of this very well could be the last time ever for these guys. And I think last match ended in a no contest. I don't know what their overall record is, but this, I think, because the program started with this acknowledgement of their in-ring mortality, so to speak, that they are going to lean into that more so than they did with Randy and Cody, because that was WrestleMania. That was the, you know, I know they're all PLEs and grand events now because they're 2 nights and all of that, but there's still something about Mania doing that and having the celebrity involvement because that's just been in the DNA of Mania for 43 years. And a story like this at SummerSlam.
That's fine. I still would have. You know how I feel about that main event. Interesting take from Fernando. Your thoughts?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't necessarily need this. Because we have said kind of the Oba and Brock don't need it either, but it does enhance that. Seth and Roman, I think it's just kind of unnecessary for them. This is a again, this is built primarily on the 14 years of history that these two have together, and the acknowledgement that this could be the last time that we do this. Those are always the great makings, in my opinion, of an awesome one-on-one match. I think because Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar are just these two massive specimens that it feels like Godzilla and King Kong going at it, that adding that additional layer of the danger and violence of Hell in a Cell, I think that accentuates that program because it has been so physical. Seth and Roman is much more of a mental, because again, it didn't take long. It took nothing for Seth Rollins to come out and ask for a title shot at SummerSlam. He knew what to do and what to say to get into Roman's head. So yeah, no, I like the take, but yeah, no, I think they've got it right here.
One-on-one televised matches. Seth Rollins holds a slight head-to-head edge over Roman Reigns, 5-4-1.
Okay.
All right, name all the matches. Just kidding.
You know that I can't do that. that's. I know you lying. Fuck that.
The last time they were in a one-on-one match, do you know when the last time that was?
Royal Rumble 2022.
It was so long ago.
And it doesn't feel that way either.
It
I remember the match, but yeah.
It feels weird that Seth has not been a major part of the Bloodline story. Like, it feels like that's still something that they have untapped potential on. Like, he had a little bit at the Rumble, but that was just a one-off. He had the WrestleMania moment where he came back and helped.
But I would say that was more than a moment. I mean, he was in the build to that, like, because they had the night one tag team match. So I mean, basically from February onward, he was involved in that. There was, I think that having the knee injury may have hindered as much as he probably could have done with that story going forward. But yeah,
but the head to head, like, it hasn't been. We haven't got a legit feud between these two in Roman's new form, right? So this build is going to be something really, really fun. I'm excited for it. I know a lot of people are, I don't know what they're feeling about it. There's a bit of a mixed reaction, but there shouldn't be. This is gonna be a fun match. Yeah. Like you said, it's the old guard. Like, these were the guys that we were rooting for way back when, and now they're in the positions of John Cena, Randy Orton. Randy Orton's still doing it. John Cena, Randy Orton, like, feel of it feels like for the next crop.
Feels like Mania 19 when you kind of have before we kind of knew what was going on with Steve physically. It kind of felt like that was like you had a feeling that was the last time we were going to see Rock and Austin. This has a lot of that same feel, man. Especially when, I mean, it hits especially for us. When we think about how you and I have been watching since 8-9 years old, and we've seen a lot of these names come and go. So like, when we can say that we've seen the start of a John Cena's career, we've seen the end of a John Cena's career, we have seen the start of a Roman and Seth career, and we're going to be around, God willing, for the end of those careers. Like, it does have, it's pretty impactful when you think about it in that way, especially when you've seen how their paths have been so intertwined. Okay, I'm coming around on Babyface Solo. I'm coming around. I'm coming around.
Like Babyface Solo
that's something.
That shows personality.
Exactly. I agree. I agree. I wonder why they're sometimes hesitant to just let people be and do them, when that's what the Attitude Era was. Is you turned it up to 11. So, and I know that I don't always want to reference Attitude Era, but it works when you're allowed to let your personality shine in your character.
Dude's got a great personality. Like, he's funny. Like, he's sarcastic. He's funny. Like, I like Babyface Solo. I think we're on a collision course with Fatu at SummerSlam. I think that's probably going to be the match.
Yeah.
Am I clamoring for that match? Not as much, but I want to see what Solo can do on his own, away from any type of bloodline, right? Away from the bloodline, away from MFT. Like, be the what was he in NXT? The Street King or something like that. Give me that.
Not Street Fighter. Something fighter. Fact checker, if you're in the chat still.
I'm gonna pop up this one as well. Yes.
I wish we wouldn't though.
We have to at SummerSlam. Like, if he's not on SummerSlam, what are we doing?
No, I'm not saying that he shouldn't be on SummerSlam. I am just saying, like. And this is also kind of just where it goes with the brand extension. I thought we were sending him to SmackDown for a while. Like, just because Raw happens to be in Chicago doesn't necessarily mean. And I love CM Punk. That had some. I was a little acrimonious with Phil there for a while. There, during this podcast, I was admittedly so. But I don't think that every time in Chicago they need to. That's all.
Well, I have two arguments to your point.
Sure.
One, the WWE Championship is being defended on Raw, so
that's fair. That's fair.
I would assume,
you're right.
If he's going after that world title, then I would expect him to show up. And then two, have him not return in Chicago. Tell me when it hasn't worked. You know what I mean? Like
You're right.
that's
Yeah,
the thing.
sure.
Is it keeps working. They sell out every time because there's that possibility of getting Punk in Chicago. And I can't remember a wrestler being that connected to a city that every time he's here, heel, baby, tweener, whatever, he gets a huge reaction every single time. And it gets views on social media. It gets views on YouTube. It gets people to turn the TV. Like every time Punk is in Chicago, something great happens. So I don't know if it's just him getting it out when he's in Chicago. I don't know if it's the Chicago crowd. Like I don't know what it is, but until it doesn't work, they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah. And I know you want to see potentially Punk, or I mean, I won't say that you want to see it, but you've referenced the possibility that it could be Sami Zayn, CM Punk at SummerSlam. I don't think that it should. I think I mentioned this a little bit yesterday. Punk, Cody, because looking at night after or SmackDown after WrestleMania, and that's a good point.
Fernando knows ball. Fernando knows ball. Great.
Whatever.
Great
Sean's still better.
It didn't get that reaction in San Antonio.
Says you. Whatever.
I guess Punk and Cody.
Because I say this because I know that we're kind of wondering, okay, who is it that Sami should challenge, or who should challenge Sami for the title at SummerSlam? This is an opportunity to move it away from some of those traditional names, because if you've got Punk and Cody doing a singles program without the title, where you can basically go back to that history of Punk feeling that Cody implied that he was a loser because he lost at Mania and lost his title to Roman, and teasing a little bit of tension there. Now Cody's lost his title. Motherfucker, you're a loser too. Let's just go to blows at it. Like that's just it. Is they have sown the seeds of, okay, you talk down to me because I no longer have a title. Guess what? You're down on my level, bitch. Like it's right there. And because with Sami as well, we know that if just for the sake of this conversation, he goes to SummerSlam, he's not main eventing either night. He's likely opening a show. Then let's give him a chance to get somebody like a Finn Balor, who we sent over to SmackDown to refresh. Like there are other names that could benefit from Sami having just a good wrestling match with and defending his title there. I'm not necessarily saying that he needs to keep it even for long after SummerSlam. But when you have all of your major players like a Cody, a CM Punk, a Roman Reigns, a Seth Rollins, all of them are already busy. Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar, already busy. This is a chance to let somebody else have an opportunity to shine when we have done so much to try to shake up SmackDown, to make it more interesting, especially now that they're going back to 2 hours, like I think this week or next. Here's a chance to do that. This is a very low risk sort of world title match, knowing that you've got a Hell in a Cell, knowing that you've got Roman versus Seth for what could potentially be the last time. These are great matches that you can bill as those show closers, where you can put Sami Zayn in a great spot as the opener, as your WWE champion. He gets a SummerSlam moment, walking in as world champion, has that moment. If you beat him after it, doesn't really matter. But I think that this does give them a little bit of flexibility as far as opponents for that WWE title picture.
I guess too.
I guess I threw Finn out there.
Okay, so I'm going to bring back my original argument.
Okay.
Then why didn't Finn win King of the Ring?
I understand that. I understand. I hear you.
You could have told the story. You could. I mean, that could have been the story if we knew we were going to put the title on Sami, and we don't really have any contenders right now over on SmackDown minus Gunther, who looks like he's going to face Nick Aldis.
That's another name that's busy. Yeah.
Drew McIntyre's not coming back. They said he is not on.
No, I think he's still got, yeah.
They were both pulled from like fan fests, so I don't think they're coming back. Like, you could have used that vehicle to build a credible challenger for Sami Zayn, like a Finn Balor. Like the story's there. The Demon King, like everything's there.
It's fair. I get that.
I don't know. I just I agree. Please.
No, fuck no. Yeah.
Please no. Let that die.
No.
Hello.
What's up, buddy? Check out Wrestling Pedigree. He had a great recap show of Forbidden Door and all of the shows this past weekend. So give him a follow on all of your socials. Kevin Owens, don't get me excited about it. He's not there yet. Because when I heard that he was announced for Great American Bash to do the pre-show, I immediately started the fantasy book and had to go, shut up, Eric. No, that's not what this is. Sounds like, it sounds like he's doing well, and still on the mend, but yeah, neck fusion's just tricky. You can't, force your bones to grow faster, But he's out of a neck brace, which is nice, but I don't think that he's anywhere near ready to actually get back in the ring. Because if he was, then I would say run back exactly what happened in NXT in 2014 or 2015 with Sammy winning that title and Kevin Owens just coming back, and we just are off to the races with that singles program for the title. But wishful thinking still until he's actually cleared.
Yeah. Like the next fusion thing, it takes a while. How long did it take Edge? 6 years? Something like that.
And these are it also depends on how long you're going on that damaged neck too. That can really have an impact on that. And when we look at the shit that KO was doing before he announced he was done, that ladder match against Cody last year at the Rumble, there was a lot of shit that just
Sammy versus Jimmy instead of Jay.
That's more of like a pre-show match, but
well,
I'm kidding.
We'll see how this title one goes.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know. NXT. You ready for NXT?
I am. I'm excited to see what we've got going on here, mostly because Kendall Gray is our new NXT Women's Champion. There's gonna be a lot of people gunning for her. Do you have the card pulled up, or do you need me to snipe?
I have it pulled up. And currently Kendall Gray is not advertised for the show. I assume she's going to be on the show, but currently not advertised.
Yeah,
sometimes they do that.
That just bring them back in 2 weeks. And I like that they do that. Again, they only have 2 hours. And they're, Evolve AAA, they have, talent that they need to feature. So I think especially when champions win, it's just building the anticipation for their return. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset if I didn't see her, right?
I
think I like what they do there. And wrestling pedigree at the great point. That's probably why, because there is a week. So, yes, you get your 2 week gap. So we have Jada Parker taking on Carmen Petrovic. How you feel?
Petrovic. Yeah.
Who wins here? Because it feels like AAA and WWE are completely different universes. With Los Garza's just losing right after their big debut in AAA.
Which shouldn't be the case. I also disagree with.
But now you have Carmen, who is also in that group, taking on Jada Parker, who is kind of a rebuild for her. You kind of put yourself into a spot here, unless we just get a non-finish.
They have, but like you said, if they're treating it like separate universes, and that's what we've seen, I don't see any reason for them to not continue that, especially because at least the Jada story is more pressing because there is already that underlying previous history with Natty already here. So, give me Jada Parker. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say it here in the same breath, but if they are different universes, Vanity Project does defend their tag team championships against Dr. Wagner Jr. and Galento, I think. So, I don't know. Do you beat 2 AAA entities on the same show? I hate when they do
no reason to take this. Yeah, because there's no reason to take the titles off of Vanity Project.
No.
At all.
No reason for Jada Parker to lose. I hate
when
they do this. I hate when they do this. Then Mason Rook will take on Jackson Drake.
That's going to be a fun one.
That's going to be a really fun one.
That's going to be a really fun one.
I think people are going to get to see how well, if you haven't seen it so far, how well Mason Rook is, or how good Mason Rook is, but how well he works with smaller.
Yeah. Do you know Jackson Drake follows the Junkies?
I did know that.
On Twitter? Yeah.
Hi, Jackson. Love what you're doing. Come on the show anytime.
Great. Big facts.
Did you see, before we head out, did you see the news about
I got a few
contract situations?
Yeah, a couple of news things here. Which one do you want to start with?
We can let's start with Big Bill.
Yeah.
You have that one?
I did. According to Sean Ross Sapp, Big Cass is leaving AEW, has given notice when his contract expires and expected to rejoin WWE, presumably with Enzo Amore. You know what? Talk about a goddamn good redemption story. For both of them, honestly. They both went through some shit.
They did.
But seem to have their heads on straight. I think that the change in regime is probably something that helps as well. But I'm cool with this. We were talking about how they are bereft of tag teams.
They are.
Cass and Big Bill are a tag team, and if they decide that they want them to go their separate ways down the line, which I don't think you really need to consider doing that. I don't think you need to, but if you do, Big Bill's in a much better headspace, and I mean, he did some really great shit in AEW.
Yeah, but if we're gonna do it, let's wait a while. Like, again, don't sit here and tell me we need to rebuild the tag division and then break up a team a year in. You know, like don't.
That's fair.
Don't do that again to me. Yeah, it'll be fine. They definitely need to replenish their tag division.
Mm-hmm.
As a start, I'm going to see more than one team though. Like, we start developing some teams. Like, you want to bring in some teams again. You let go of Motor City. You mess that up. You mess the New Day up. I don't trust you with tag team wrestling right now. So you're going to have to win me over.
I get it. I believe me, I get it. It's like we've said before, though. WWE is not a company that has historically placed an emphasis on tag team wrestling. Even at the height of Edge and Christian, Dudleys and Hardys, like that was just a very special kind of vacuum at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just like, I mean, you got the Profits who, I mean, just look at their entrance from last night, coming out to do this segment with Joe Hendry. I mean, everything about them just drips charisma, star power. Like, it's great that they're the faces of that tag team division. Give them some fucking people to wrestle.
Yeah, because, I mean, right now they don't have anybody. I don't know.
I mean, we tried to look at the roster. I think we named maybe 2 teams. Hi, dear.
Yeah. No, there's not anything, dude. It sucks because we know, and everybody watching knows, tag team wrestling can be so good.
Yep.
Like, it's so good. And you have a really good team right now, but there's nobody else, and that stinks. Mike Santana.
Yeah, this wasn't unexpected. Giving notice, expected to depart WWE, or depart TNA, excuse me.
Probably
most likely WWE. There are some people that I've seen online that would like to see him go back to AEW and do a redemption story there, since he, kind of left after the acrimonious kind of stuff between himself and Ortiz. He could, but that's going to be another one of those. He's not going to be slotted necessarily into the world title picture right away, even as a former TNA champion. I mean, he's probably going to find himself in TNT picture, International Continental, something like that.
He would be in the Don Callis family so quickly. Doesn't it feel like just a Don Callis?
Dude, I think even Bobby Heenan's ghost is jealous of what Don Callis has been able to put together in AEW. Like, I can't think of a single person that has had quite the collection of talent to manage. I think going to NXT, where they've already got that familiarity with him, he's already been treated very, very well as TNA champion. We have talked about how that men's world title scene needs additional names. That's nothing against Mason Rook. I know how badly you want them to put the rocket on him. He's going to get his time. I think that, yes, because we've seen that with Oba Femi, how quickly he is shot to the top. But just let him cook. I think that we need to find a champion that's going to make that title feel like a much bigger deal when Mason Rook wins it, because it doesn't feel that way right now. And I think if Mike Santana can bridge that gap because of the popularity that he has, that would be a much more interesting match to me of Mike Santana versus Mason Rook than Mason Rook versus Tony D'Angelo. I'm not into the title run right now. In my mind, I don't think there's a whole lot that you can do to rehabilitate this run. It just hasn't worked.
It hasn't. Interesting question. Eric, which Stephanie are you referring to? Vaquer? I'm assuming.
Yeah, definitely let us know what you think here. I mean, because Stephanie did spend time. I mean, she wasn't necessarily officially under contract, but she did have that match with Mercedes at Forbidden Door that was so well received that it did. She was able to parlay that into a job with WWE. Nothing wrong with that.
She would have been great on AEW. I mean, should get right in right now. But yeah, I don't. Yes, he means Vicaire. So she would have been great right now. She probably would have won the Owen Hart tournament, to be honest with you.
Yeah, dude, Stephanie versus Tekla. If you got that building to Wembley, fuck,
it's been really good.
That's really fucking cool. Yeah, that would be unreal.
Now, and speaking of another name, it is rumored that Bayley's contract's up soon. The puzzle is becoming a little bit, and I'm using a puzzle because I know how much you love puzzles. But when you get closer and closer to the end, like it gets a little bit more clear, right? So,
yeah,
Mercedes name dropped her at the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
She is not the one turning heel. So, is she going to put over a newly heel Lyra? Probably.
Yeah.
I think this is your answer right here. I think they're getting ready to.
Yeah.
I really do, because I think this is going to be Bayley's kind of probably last feud in WWE.
I can't even believe we're saying these words here.
I can. I think this is going to happen a little bit more than we think.
I mean, I'm mostly facetious when I say that, because I mean, when you look at the history of the horsewomen within WWE, she is the one whose booking has probably pissed people off the most of the four of them. And it wasn't until late 2019 when she, took a kendo stick to the Bayley buddies and turned heel that it finally felt like, okay, we're doing something here. But I will forever remember the program with Alexa Bliss that she was just made to look like a complete chump during the majority of that feud. And it just didn't do much to elevate her as a character. And especially that the hugger gimmick at that time, there is only so much that you can do with that type of personality that she did almost have to evolve in order to take that next step. But that is the, that's what I don't know.
I can tell you're a little frustrated.
It's frustrating. Yeah, it's frustrating, but this is an opportunity for Lyra to hopefully cement herself as somebody that can compete for a world title. And I think this is a good way to get her here, especially post SummerSlam. We'll see what's going to go on with Liv, Io, Rhea, I think, who's still kind of dealing with some injury stuff right now too. So that's all up in the air. But if you can create another heel for her to go up against, Sol Ruka is also going to need some challengers too. So let's not even rule out her returning back to the Intercontinental title that she won. So we'll see what happens.
I agree. Lyra is a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Did I hit all the notes that you had, or do you have one more?
Let me double check here at my bookmarked tweets for today. I think that is everything. Oh yeah, Baron Corbin also finished up, but I think we already talked about that. No real surprise. Just not sure what he does now.
I think he's going to WWE.
Well, yeah. I mean, as far as going back to WWE, I'm not sure what he does necessarily.
Dude, he fits in that with Danhausen so great. We got Bighausen. What are you talking about?
Baronhausen.
Come on. Dude, it would work. I'm telling you, it would work. It would work. Follow us on X, TikTok, and Buzzer, please, at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. Mr. Cincinnati, tell them why.
Man, we're having so much fucking fun over here. There's plenty of room at this table. Pull up a seat, come hang out. We have a great time here. We just love to talk wrestling. We love to do so in a way that is positive, and we like to have fun with everybody. And again, this is just our escape at the end of the day. We love to be able to talk about that in an environment where we're not talking down about wrestlers. We're not we're not taking shots at them personally. This is just, again, entertainment for us, and we like to look at these characters and give our little bit of insight and analysis, and we hope that you'll be along for the ride. Tell one person. Doesn't matter if it's your mom, your dad, your dispensary person, bartender, therapist, back shop buddy. Doesn't really matter who. We got plenty of the room at the table, so pull up a seat.
Stinky Link.
Sneaky Link, dipshit. Sorry.
I know. Go back and watch some old episodes. You'll see the podcast millennial. No idea what he's talking about. Follow official Turnbuckle as well. A lot of fun stuff going over there. We're growing. It's going to hit you. Yeah. Get ready because you're going to be hearing a lot more about it. So get on the train now.
Yeah, join the Discord server. Also, Turnbuckle Gold and Patreon as well. If you want the rundowns as far as what's going on, Raw, SmackDown, before it even happens, you want to be one of those insiders that has that information to tell your friends. That's the way to do it. We'll be back tomorrow night on Body Slam as well. Wednesday night, 7 p.m. We're going to preview Dynamite, breakdown NXT. And also, the Scrap News. I'm working on some fun ideas right now, taking a little bit of a break and doing a reset with some great article ideas. So come hang out.
I love it. Here, do I get to say it now? Because I don't think
this might be your first time.
No, I think I've done it. No, maybe not. Maybe this is episode 533. We're gonna pop this cherry. For Mr. Cincinnati, I am the podcast dad. And until tomorrow, enjoy those grabs.
Yeah, you did it.
Hold on.
That definitely got flustered.